to the Mint Report, a wrap-up of the day's business news. Here are the top stories. Indian firms look to buy stakes in Portuguese energy companies. Rangarajan says more rate hikes may be needed to control inflation. And markets end Thursday in the red. First off, the crisis in the Eurozone could mean an opportunity for bargain buys. At least 2 Indian firms are looking to buy stakes in Portugal's power sector. Mint has learnt that government-run Power Grid Corporation plans to bid for a stake of 5 to 10% in Portugal's REN, and the Aditya Birla Group is looking at a 20% stake in another firm, EDP. Both Indian outfits want to buy their stakes from the Portuguese government, which has to sell its holdings to meet IMF requirements. REN has a market value of nearly $6 billion and EDP is worth about 12 billion euros. In other news, the Prime Minister's office has made it clear it supports more rate hikes by the Reserve Bank. Speaking on Thursday, the Prime Minister's Chief Economic Advisor C. Rangarajan said inflation remained above the comfort level and that it was necessary for RBI to act. On another note, Rangarajan said the government needed to raise diesel prices to help reduce the losses of state-run oil firms. But he added that this would only happen after inflation started slowing down. And even as Rangarajan expressed his concerns, new figures show inflation in food items accelerated in the first week of October. The food price index rose to 10.6% in the period to the 8th. The previous week, it was at just 9.32%. Food inflation in India has remained stubbornly high despite a good monsoon this year. It is usually driven up by prices of vegetables, fruits and meat rather than cereals. Moving to earnings, Indian biotech firm Biocon has reported a fall in its second quarter results. Net profit declined 4% to 86 crores. That's on a 23% gain in revenue to 524. Biocon's numbers have been hit by higher costs. Wage hikes, manufacturing and other factors add up to a 29% increase in expenses. Chairman Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw added that the development costs of Biocon's licensing operations also ate into profits. Shares of the firm dropped 0.5% on the BSE on a day the Sensex fell 0.87%. And finally, Indian markets fell on Thursday after uncertainty about Europe's debt crisis increased and after heightened expectations of more rate hikes in India. The Sensex dropped 148 points to 16,937 and the Nifty fell 47 to 5,092. The worries about interest rates hit the banking sector hard. ICICI Bank tumbled 2.89% on the BSE to 878 and HDFC Bank fell 0.33% to 489. SBI broke the trend with a gain of 0.8% to 1,934. The auto sector also lost ground since it is dependent on customers' abilities to take loans. Tata Motors went down 1.9% to 183 and Mahindra & Mahindra retreated 1.25%. Hero MotoCorp ended the day 1.84% lower at 2,028 rupees and 85 paise. And that's all we have for you. Thanks for watching.